falling from the sky. Did you see that? Yeah, is it birds? I think it's birds.
Now, as you can see, I was a little bit confused as to what exactly it was falling, and it is pretty clear. If you watch the video here, you can see the first shot is of the big group of birds that falls, and then right here, that is, yeah, that's the individual one that fell, and it happened a couple of different times.
More than 100 geese dropped dead out of the sky over the weekend in eastern Idaho. Officials describe the incident as a, quote, freak accident. Officials first came across around 50 carcasses in a parking lot in the city of Idaho Falls. They later found another 60 or so geese on rooftops.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Mother Nature's very harsh.
Oh, it is. I know those poor birds. But I've lived in Idaho for my whole life, and I've been, you know, an outdoor kid, camping all the time, been in some big storms. I have never seen anything like that.
Idaho born and bred, never seen that before.
Dead birds have been found scattered across downtown Little Rock. It's a bizarre story you'll only see here on Channel 7.
If you're walking in the downtown Little Rock area, you may want to watch your step. These photos sent to KATV by Cindy Jameson Nobles show dead birds, cedar waxwings, scattered on the street. A seemingly bizarre sight.
Hanging over homes and mosques, a huge sandstorm has swept through the ancient desert city of Yazdi in Iran. The storm packed winds of more than 100 kilometres an hour, turning the sky orange and covering buildings in layers of dust.
It's a dust storm, right?
Yes.
I just got back in time. Wow.
So, did you feel it? An earthquake rattled the South Bay this morning.
And I've got to tell you, we've had lots of small clusters of quakes here in recent months. We've had 2s and 3-something magnitude quakes, but I got to tell you, this was the strongest one that I felt. It was kind of a back and forth jolt. It lasted just a couple seconds, but again, it was pretty strong, and people from as far as San Francisco reported feeling it.
There was yet another earthquake that shook central Nebraska. This is the 6th one in the last week.
The first one says, wow, that earthquake felt way more than 3.9 in our San Jose office. The whole building was shaking. San Jose has had thunder, lightning, rain, hail, and an earthquake all before 10 a.m. Happy Monday.
A lot of folks here on the island say that, yeah, they heard those loud bangs and they felt the earth shake. But for folks inside Lloyd's Bar and Grill here on the island, they say they were shocked because we don't normally feel a lot of earthquakes in southeast Michigan.
Magnitude 3.6 earthquake rattles Metro Detroit.
I've never felt the house shake like that before. Whole house shook. I thought something was coming in the house. That's how loud it was.
The thunderous underground roar of tectonic plates shifting forced people in many neighborhoods out into the streets.
Folks inside Lloyd's Bar and Grill say they were shocked.
It was very alarming. I mean, this building literally shook.
The owner saying it reminded him of the one that hit back in the 80s.
We started getting calls from people because we've been here for so long, people on the island, and then people from off the island.
On the Richter scale, the earthquake measuring 3.6. Small, but definitely made some noise.
The building actually shook. I mean, it was like like almost like a sonic boom effect, you know, when you get that effect like that. That's what it felt like.
It sounded like the worst thunder you've ever heard, but it also, the building shook and we knew it was more than just that.
What's more rare, an earthquake in Michigan or spring actually happening? We'll talk about the weekend forecast.
Is pretty. This April snow is not the end of the world by any means, but a lot of people out there tonight are wondering if winter will ever end.
Still wearing winter gear in April.
I thought these would be put away for now.
This is ridiculous. It's almost May. It's actually snowing out here.
Snow in April does not work for me.
In Waukegan, birds were the only confused creatures on the beach. Fog making its way into the air, and soon drizzle from the afternoon turned to snow at night. A bit of a shock for this golfer in Gurnee.
I'm ready to move.
So a lot of people think that they're a little bit confused about what's going on out here. I think Mother Nature's a little bit confused. Alicia might be able to open our eyes on what's going on here. For now, I'll just tell you what we're seeing. We're live in Gurnee. Natalie Martinez, NBC 5 News.
All of the above. Thanks, Natalie.
At midnight, the Hawaiian island of Kauai will again be under a flash flood watch. Parts of the island were swamped last weekend by more than 2 feet of rain.
This is the state of emergency still unfolding in Kauai, leaving the Hawaiian island with roads underwater, vehicles overturned, and homes washed away. The most severe flooding leaving some tonight still waiting for rescue.
In what was once his front yard, surfing legend Laird Hamilton could only get around on jet ski and boat after a massive rain.
It's hard to conceive that that much water could come from the sky, and I mean, it was like an ocean back there.
Nearly 27 inches devastated the north side of Kauai Island.
After nearly 30 inches of rain in 24 hours, disaster in paradise with more trouble on the horizon.
Parts of Oklahoma continued to burn Wednesday. High temperatures and strong winds have been fueling fires in the western part of the state.
Across the West, explosive conditions on multiple fronts. Today, crews in western Oklahoma are fighting to gain ground on 2 large fires, fueled by a deadly combination of drought and powerful winds.
It's the state's 3rd megafire in 3 years. In recent years, the frequency of these large fires has increased.
The burn zone larger than New York City.
The rain has been falling even less over the past 30 days. It's been feast and famine in Oklahoma. So let's show you this. Some of the biggest fires that have happened in Oklahoma since 1997 have been happening just over the past couple of years. 2016, 2017, 2018. Of course, this one's ongoing and it could even get bigger.
Crews are racing to battle several fires burning in western Kansas. In Colorado, more than 40,000 acres have burned, 23 homes destroyed, 1,000 forced to evacuate.
We had 50-foot flames moving at 35 miles an hour.
And you can see the trend since 1910 in extreme weather is definitely heading up, especially over the past couple of decades. And if we look at the western states, so just to the west of Oklahoma, you can see a clear trend in more fires, more wildfires since about the 1980 mark. And also notice that the temperature has increased. And because the temperatures are increasing, it's drying out the atmosphere. The relative humidity is going down, and we're seeing more fires and bigger fires.
Tonight, firefighters are warning conditions across the West are ripe for disaster, and it's only April.
The weather and the start of a potentially serious weekend storm. But first, this is what happened today. Check out this video Jackie shared with us from Ludington. This is from what's called a meteo tsunami. You can see the water from Lake Michigan being sucked back into the lake after 40-mile-per-hour winds pushed all that water into the shore.
This weekend storm pushed some of the worst waves she's ever seen into her backyard.
It was so loud. The waves were coming in so high.
With over 24 hours of gusty northeasterly winds creating dangerous waves, topping the lakefront and eroding away some of the land.
This system has already created a wild weather phenomenon along Lake Michigan.
Yeah, guys, this is really interesting. So this was taken just minutes apart. You can see water encompassing, almost overtaking the pier here in Ludington, and then that water pulled back out as the lake tries to find equilibrium.
The floodwaters left by the weekend storm. It's the worst some areas of Monroe County have seen since the 1970s.
Adding insult to injury, Mother Nature just keeps piling on.
Oh, isn't this lovely?
The water's receding, but the snow is dumping.
This is the weather condition of Tanzania. As you see, rainfall is raining and some people have no area to live. As you see, the cars is passing and people's.
Otherwise, the sunshine is looking nice for the weekend. Interesting shot from Kelowna, just taken yesterday. Terry Knox sent us this, and if you're wondering, that is a sunset, but there's probably a terrain feature in this mountain that's just blocking part of it, and that's why it's split.
It looks like two pictures side by side.
I know, neat, hey?
What a cool effect.